Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to finally do a tag. It's the All About Me tag. I was tagged by Kirsty A. Cole a few weeks ago. I just didn't get to it until now. Honestly, I got distracted by the Louisa May Alcott tag. I had so many book recs, I want to do that one first. This one isn't super bookish, so yeah. But let's just kind of answer the questions. Huh? Okay. My door closed with the wind. Number one, what is something unique about where you live? I mean, I live in California. There's nothing unique about California, I guess. I mean, honestly, it's not... I don't spend every waking minute at the beach. I'm not a vegetarian. In fact, I hate majority of vegetables. Definitely a meat eater. Give me a salad, and pretty much the only thing I'll eat is the lettuce. I despise tomatoes. What else? I don't know, like, I've never met a movie star. No, I take that back. I met Julie Andrews, but that's only because she was invited to a story garden event at Braille Institute. She got to read us one of her books. I already forgot what it was called. She signed all the Braille copies, but that was only because I went to an event that she was going to be at. I've never actually met any movie stars out in the wild. So yeah, being from California does not mean that I see movie stars walking down the sidewalk every other day, or that I lie on the beach all the time. Actually, I don't even like the beach that much. I hate sand. I like pools, and I like the beach if I can walk in the water, but I'm not going to go to the beach to just walk around and listen to the waves. If I can't get wet, there is no point, because you're just going to get sand everywhere, including your hair, and other hard-to-reach places that we don't need to talk about. But yeah, I live in California, and I'm not into the beach. So, yeah. Also, believe it or not, we California people actually get cold. We may not get snow, but, I mean, we consider 30 degrees cold, okay? I know it's not your 10 degrees below zero, but that's our version of cold. It's not always sunny in California. All the movies and the books make it sound like it's 80 degrees all the time. It is not. So, yeah. There's that. Number two, what are some of your hobbies besides reading books? Swimming, pretty much. That's about it. I love the water. I take a water fitness class every day at the Y. I don't know. What else do I do? I used to do beadwork when I was little. I loved to make necklaces. I don't know, honestly. I like to write stories. Nothing I'm willing to share at the moment, but I'm writing a book. But yeah, I don't know. I like a good board game. Someone will play with me, but lately people don't really care to play board games, so, you know, there's that. I own all the Braille board games except for Monopoly, and no one plays except once in a blue moon because everybody's on their phones. Including me, but, I mean, I'd put it down if someone would be willing to play. I love a good game of Uno. Number three. If someone made a gift basket for you, what would be in it besides books? Well, the problem is you can't give me books physically because we are now in the digital age, and giving me a print book is useless. So, I used to love getting an audio cassette for my birthday, but now, if someone wants to give me a book, they have to give me credits through Audible or Libro FM, and people don't take that seriously that that's actually a present that I would actually want, which it is. I mean, I literally put my email address in case anyone ever wanted to surprise me with a book. Not that I'm asking, I'm just saying, if you're ever inspired, feel free. I don't know. I'm never surprised. And I always dream of a day when someone will just surprise me out of nowhere with a book. But no one ever does unless I tell them. Like, you know, family-wise. Like, my mom's like, what do I get you for Christmas? Give me a couple of credits. She's like, really? That's it? Yeah. I mean, I literally have so much family. I have, like, 4 siblings. If each of them gave me bought me, like, Audible credit bundle or a Libro FM credit bundle, I would be overloaded with books for my birthday and for Christmas and be a very happy camper. But people don't believe that's actually something I want because it's not something tangible. Weirdos. Anyway, yeah. But I put my email in my YouTube bio thing, just on the off chance. You never know. People are weird. Anyway, that's not asking you to give me anything. I'm just saying that, like, I miss being surprised. So, yeah. That was awkward and uncomfortable. Really, do not get me anything. That was just, it's more of a gripe with family, not necessarily you guys in general. But I just thought my sister might see it. If I put my email address on my YouTube page. As for a gift basket, first of all, don't get me flowers, because that's a plot to murder me, because I'm allergic. I have asthma, I'm allergic to pollen. Stick a flower under my nose and I will be sneezing instantly. And yet every well-meaning adult thinks that they're doing me some big favor by giving me a flower to sniff when you're actually plotting my murder. Because it never ends well. Don't give me flowers. Give me chocolate. All the chocolate. Starbucks gift card, definitely. A nice SD card so that I can store Braille books. Those are expensive, though, so I would never actually ask someone to buy me an SD card. But it fits in a gift basket, so I thought I'd add that in there. I don't know. I do like Victoria's Secret lotion. I actually have, there's this brand, I think it's called, it's like Plum and Freesia or something. Everybody laughs at me because the lotion bottle says Pure Seduction. And I'm like, yeah, it's Victoria's Secret. It smells good. That's just what it's called. Leave me alone, okay? I don't actually like perfume that much. That's why I'm surprised I like the lotion and the body spray. But, like, perfume gives me a headache when it's really strong. So, that's the most I can take. I'm just not very girly. So, really, it'd be really hard to make me a gift basket. I don't know. Fill it up with chocolate of all kinds and I'll be happy, I guess. Number 4. When did you become a reader? Honestly, probably since before I could read. My mom started reading me books when I was really little. I would consider myself a book snob because she started me off on books that were much older than my age, which at the time was 3. There were only a few picture books that we both liked, but she hated the Dr. Seuss. She wasn't into the rhyming, the, you know, all of that stuff. Like, the books you typically read with a preschooler, we were reading Willy Wonka and Narnia and, like, big chapter books. We did read Little Bear, and the other 2 books I remember loving as a little kid that were technically for my age were Are You My Mother and The Little Engine That Could. I was obsessed with trains as a kid, so I loved those 2 books. Oh yeah, we did read Corduroy. I remember, and Little Bear. I liked books about bears. But my mom was never into books that just repeated things over and over. Like, I didn't even know Good Night Moon existed until later. I remember when I was 8, I started going to regular school, because I went to a school for blind kids until 3rd grade, and then they moved me to regular education, like regular ed school. The resource teacher was testing my reading, and she gave me Green Eggs and Ham to see if I could read it. And I remember thinking it was the dumbest book I'd ever read, because it kept saying Sam I Am. I'm like, what is this crap? Sorry. But yeah, I learned about Dr. Seuss too late to appreciate him. I hated Dr. Seuss. My mother made me into a big book snob. Number 5. What question would you like to ask other readers? I don't know. I guess. Huh. Do you ever wish you had people in real life to talk to about books? Or have you ever felt like lonely because you like books and other people around you don't? I kind of started watching BookTube because I found a reader community, but generally speaking, I don't really know anyone other than like teachers who likes books as much as I do, like where I could talk about them all day. Hence why I had a very difficult time making friends as a kid. I am blind and I have osteoporosis. I was born with that, so I couldn't do a lot of running around. So I did a lot of reading, and most little kids prefer to play hide and seek to having book club style discussions about the latest novel I'm reading. So yeah, being bookish is kind of lonely. But on the other hand, I also think part of the reason why I like books is because no one around me likes books. It's kind of a rebellion. Like, and I know this because sometimes when people are watching TV or like doing something and they're like super absorbed and I'm trying to say something, I get like enraged, like irrationally annoyed because you're not paying attention to me. So I think that if I actually had like family who read, I wouldn't like to read because books took away the attention from me. And I know that sounds very childish, but as a sort of, well, blind person who tends to get a lot of attention, it's difficult, even as an adult, when the attention's not on me. Well, not on me exactly. When I don't get someone's attention the first or second time I call them. So, like, I remember when my sister and my sister-in-law, for once, well, actually my sister-in-law likes books, so we'll occasionally get into conversations now. But I remember when, I think it was the last 50 Shades of Grey book came out. I mean, I've never read them, but they're into them. And I have never seen them just sitting in a room, no TV on, just reading a book without talking to each other. Like, we're all just in the living room and they're just ignoring each other because they're so into their book. And I think I asked them something and they were both like into their book and ignoring me. And I'm like, wow, that's how I know that I would have been like, I wouldn't be a reader if people around me like to read, because I would hate competing with the reader, I guess. So I think I became a reader partly because it's a sit-down activity and partly because I resent, I guess, that family doesn't always want to spend time with me. So it's a way to say, I have something you don't have and I don't want to share it. Which sounds mean, I know. Like, I like having something they don't have. Wow, this is getting a little too deep. Number 6. What is a book that has grown with you? I'd say Harry Potter. Every read you get something different. And Little House on the Prairie too. I read both of those at least once a year, and I don't know, I always get kind of a different take. Like, lately I've been appreciating Ma Ingalls more. Before, as a kid, like, I'm more interested in Pa and Laura. Like, Pa's like the hero. And, you know, you're in Laura's perspective, so Ma's kind of boring. And I still think Ma's a little boring and moralistic. I mean, I still don't like Mary, no matter how many times I read it. Mary is improved by going blind. She's less, holier than thou, and even she admits it in the books, that she was being all goody-goody to show off. Yeah, so I think those books kind of grew with me, because you see a different perspective as an adult. Like in The Long Winter, you really see Ma actually lose it and tell Pa he wasn't going to go after the wheat. And I was like, I didn't notice it the first few times. But this time I was like, oh, wow. Soft-spoken Ma actually yelled. Excellent. Number 7. What is a favorite video that you've made? That's hard. I've done a lot of videos that I liked. I love doing book recommendation videos. And just, yeah, probably those are my favorites, because I like finding like books that I haven't talked about before from before BookTube and talking about them, like showcasing them on my channel, stuff like that. I also love videos that have nothing to do with books. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but I have a series. Well, there's a whole playlist called Blind People on my channel, and there's a series of videos called Questions I Always Wanted to Ask Sighted People. It's really fun. There's also one about my most embarrassing moments as a blind person. Like, truly, just turn that playlist on, and, like, you don't have to watch, like, all the longer videos. There's a All About Me video, I think, on there in general, that I did when I first started BookTube, that, I didn't realize the lights weren't on, so I wasn't showing my face at all, so... But I also didn't want to get rid of it because I think I spoke well, so whatever. But yeah, you can just watch the short videos, but yeah, I think you might have some fun with it. Just turn it on, do your housework, you know? Why not? Give me a comment if you find a question you want to answer. Number 8, what does BookTube mean to you? I guess community. It means people, you know. I like engaging with people. I like watching other people's videos. I like when people comment on my videos. I like getting book recs from people and seeing if we like the same books or if we react differently to the books. So far, I've not gotten into a fight with anyone over a book. I don't know. It's a very nice community in general. I don't really see a lot of, like, hate comments, I guess. But it's also probably because I have a pretty small following. I don't even think I have 300 subscribers yet. Maybe I do. Definitely not 500, so it's just, you know, it's pretty small. But yeah, that's, the All About Me tag. That got weirdly deep. I think I want to go back to books now. I don't know if I like talking about myself this much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Speech on. Stop recording.